Welcome to HotDrama TV. Li Yitong gets real about Liu Yuning's true personality behind the scenes. And it's not what you'd expect. Let's face it, there's something irresistible about watching a fantasy romance unfold on screen, especially when it's sprinkled with metadrama, sharp dialogue, and unexpected chemistry. But sometimes the real magic happens off the screen, in the unfiltered, unscripted moments between co-stars. That's exactly the case with A Dream Within a Dream Sumong, the hit C-drama that's been making serious waves in 2024. While the plot whirls through dimensions of fate, tragedy, and unexpected love, fans have become equally obsessed with what's happening behind the curtain, particularly between its leads, Li Yitong and Liu Yuning. And lucky for us, Li Yitong recently sat down with Sohu Entertainment to spill the tea on what it was really like working alongside the breakout singer-turned-actor. Spoiler alert: Liu Yuning isn't exactly what you'd expect. A tale of two personalities. For fans used to Liu Yuning's high-energy online persona, full of live-stream banter, quick jokes, and lively fan interaction, his on-set vibe might come as a shock. According to Li Yitong, she was caught off guard in the best way. "Honestly, I thought he'd be super energetic and loud like in his live streams," she admitted with a grin. "But when we actually started filming, he turned out to be way more calm and quiet than I imagined. He's quite reserved and takes his time warming up to people." The contrast was so noticeable, Li Yitong said it took her a moment to adjust. This wasn't the internet's version of Liu Yuning. This was the focused actor who disappears into character, listens more than he talks, and approaches his craft with a sort of quiet determination. But once that initial wall came down, she discovered something else entirely: a deep sense of reliability. The livestream incident everyone's still laughing about. Of course, no behind-the-scenes chat would be complete without a funny story. And Li Yitong had just the one. Apparently, there was a day when Liu Yuning wrapped up filming early and headed home, while the rest of the crew continued working under the hot lights. Someone, possibly out of curiosity or mischief, pulled up Liu's livestream on their phone during a break. "There he was, already back home chilling while we were all still on set," Li Yitong recalled, laughing. "We couldn't stop laughing. We were literally watching him relax in real time, while we were still sweating under the lights." It was one of those surreal only in 2024 moments. Technology, celebrity, and work-life imbalance, all clashing in the most amusing way possible. But it also painted a picture of Liu Yuning's dedication, finishing his scenes efficiently, keeping up with fans, and still making time to unwind. A modern multitasker if there ever was one. Opposites attract on screen, at least. Despite the personality contrast, or maybe because of it, the chemistry between Li Yitong and Liu Yuning practically jumps off the screen. Their characters, Song Yiming and Nan Heng, are complicated, layered, and bound together by more than just destiny. There's friction, there's fire, and there's an undercurrent of mutual respect that feels real. One scene that stood out to both fans and cast alike was a moment of physical closeness, the kind of romantic beat that could easily go wrong if the actors aren't perfectly in sync. "My character jumps up and hugs Nan Heng," Li Yitong said. "No easy task, considering how tall Liu Yuning is. I was a little nervous I wouldn't be able to hang on properly, but to her surprise, it went really smoothly. He's very steady," she added with a chuckle. "He made it easy for me to focus on the emotional part instead of the logistics." There's a reason viewers have been flooding social media with gifs of that exact scene. It wasn't just cute, it felt earned. And that comes down to the dynamic between the actors, even if they approach the work from totally different angles. Would she work with him again? When asked whether she'd consider teaming up with Liu Yuning again in the future, Li Yitong played it cool, but didn't hesitate. "If the story's right, I wouldn't mind at all," she said. "He's genuinely a great partner to act with." It's the kind of diplomatic yet sincere answer that says more than it lets on. Translation: she enjoyed the collaboration, and their differences added depth rather than friction. For fans hoping to see this duo reunite in another drama, maybe a modern romance, a thriller, or even a slice of life, the door isn't closed. And after the massive popularity of A Dream Within a Dream, it's safe to say producers are paying attention. More than just romance. But it wasn't all laughs and levity in the interview. Li Yitong also opened up about the deeper messages embedded in the show's storyline. The characters are constantly fighting against the tragic destiny written for them, she explained. That journey is what I find most meaningful. Her character, Song Xiaoyu, doesn't just fall into a love story. She falls into a trap, a script, a fate not of her choosing. And instead of surrendering to it, she rebels. That rebellion, Li Yitong believes, is the emotional core of the entire drama. In a world where so many stories follow a rigid formula, a dream within a dream dares to ask what happens when someone refuses to play their assigned role. It's not just fantasy. It's a reflection on real-life struggles with choice, control, and the pursuit of personal freedom. No spoilers, but maybe a hint? Of course, fans wanted to know one thing above all. How does the story end for Song Yiming and Nanheng? Li Yitong wasn't giving anything away. You'll have to watch it yourself, she said, smiling slyly. I don't want to spoil anything. Just know that the most important part is how they face the choices in front of them. That's where the heart of the story lies. It's the kind of answer that only makes fans more curious. A nudge without a reveal. And it ties back perfectly to what makes this drama so compelling. It's not about what happens, it's about why it happens, and how the characters respond. Why this interview matters. In an industry often obsessed with polished appearances and controlled narratives, Li Yitong's candidness feels refreshing. She didn't just promote the show. She gave fans a glimpse into the creative process, the off-camera connections, and the emotional weight behind her performance. And perhaps most notably, she gave us a new perspective on Liu Yuning. One that goes beyond his cool stares and dramatic monologues. Underneath the costumes and the stage lights is a thoughtful, steady, and surprisingly quiet presence. A co-star who supports, listens, and when the camera cuts, relaxes on livestream while everyone else is still wiping off sweat. That kind of duality, energetic online, reserved in person, makes him even more compelling. And paired with Li Yitong's grounded, expressive style, it's no wonder the two created something special together. The verdict? A partnership worth repeating? With their undeniable chemistry, contrasting personalities, and shared dedication to storytelling, Li Yitong and Liu Yuning have proven to be one of 2025's most fascinating screen pairings. Whether or not we'll see them together again remains to be seen. But one thing's for sure, fans are already hoping for a reunion. Maybe not in another fantasy world. Maybe something contemporary. But definitely something that lets them shine, clash, and connect all over again. In the meantime, a dream within a dream continues to enchant, surprise, and stir up conversations, both on screen and off.